Let me ask you something. You probably think you're a pretty decent driver, right? I mean, most of us do. But what about when that car in front of you suddenly slams on its brakes? How fast, I mean really fast, do you think you can react? You might be surprised. Let's get into it. First things first, we need to be clear on what reaction time actually is. It's not just about how fast your foot moves from the gas to the brake. No, it's a whole chain of events. Your eyes see the hazard, your brain has to process what it's seeing, and then your body has to physically do something about it. Every single one of those steps takes time. So, what's the gold standard? For an alert, focused driver, we're talking about 3/4 of a second. That sounds lightning fast, right? But here's the thing. If you're going at highway speed, your car travels more than 60 feet. That's like 4 car lengths before you even start to slow down. That little gap, that 0.75 seconds, is everything. It's the difference between a close call and a serious crash. So remember that number, because now we're going to look at all the things that can make it way, way longer. Let's start with the stuff that's messing with you before you even get in the car. These are what I call the invisible saboteurs, the sneaky ways your own body can work against you on the road. Okay, let's talk about fatigue versus drowsiness. They sound the same, but they're a little different. Fatigue can hit you just from the sheer boredom of a long, straight highway. Drowsiness, on the other hand, that usually comes from not getting enough sleep or maybe eating a huge lunch. But here's the kicker. Look at the effects. They're practically identical. Blurry vision, poor concentration. When it comes to driving, the danger is exactly the same. And, your mental state is a huge piece of this puzzle. If you're stressed out, angry, or feeling down when you get behind the wheel, you're not just having a bad day, you're being a more dangerous driver. That kind of mindset can lead to more aggression, it makes you get distracted easily, and it just plain wears you out. An anxious mind just can't give driving the focus it needs. Even something as normal as seasonal allergies can be a problem. And it's not just about sneezing. It's often the medicine we take for it. A lot of antihistamines can make you incredibly drowsy. So you've got to be smart about it. Keep your windows up, keep the car clean, and be really, really careful if you're taking allergy meds. Just being aware of it is half the battle. So we've covered what's going on inside your head and body. Now let's talk about the threats you physically bring into the car with you. Welcome to the distraction epidemic. This quote really says it all, doesn't it? There's one distraction that is so far ahead of the pack, it's in a league of its own. You know what I'm talking about, the cell phone. It's not just another problem, it's become the fastest growing cause of accidents out there, period. And here's why it's so bad. Using a phone while you're driving isn't just one issue, it's a triple threat. Your distraction level goes through the roof, which obviously skyrockets your risk of a crash, and it leads to way more tickets and infractions. It's a trifecta of bad news. A phone call that lasts less than a minute is all it takes to put you and everyone else on the road in real danger. But of course, it's not just the phone. Did you know that something as simple as lighting a cigarette or fumbling with hot ash actually doubles your risk of an accident? And your GPS? It's great, but you have to program it before you put the car in drive. Even cranking up the music too loud is a problem. It can drown out the sound of an ambulance siren coming up behind you. These are simple things, but they have really serious consequences. All right, now we have to get serious. We're moving into the most dangerous category by far. This is where the risk isn't just added on, it's multiplied. We're talking about driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs. These are the hard numbers, the legal lines in the sand. For most drivers, the limit is 0.5 grams per liter in your blood, but look closely. The rules get way tighter for certain people. If you're a new driver or a professional, say a truck driver, that limit drops way down to 0.3. And if you're under 18, it's 0. Absolutely 0. There's no gray area there. And you've got to understand this timeline. The danger doesn't just stop the second you put your glass down. In fact, the level of alcohol in your blood keeps rising, hitting its peak somewhere between 30 and 90 minutes later, and then it takes a long time for your body to get rid of it. So that whole "I'll just wait a little bit" idea, it could mean you're getting behind the wheel at the exact moment you're the most impaired. So here's the bottom line. While there are legal limits, there is only one number that's truly safe, and that number is 0. Even a tiny amount of alcohol slows down that reaction time we talked about and messes with your judgment. There is just no safe way to mix drinking and driving. Now, let's switch over to other drugs. Take cannabis. It makes your reaction time go way up while your ability to concentrate just plummet. You also get drowsy, and it can seriously mess with your perception of speed and distance. It's a dangerous mix where you're slow to react to a world you're not even seeing correctly. Cocaine is a totally different beast, but just as dangerous. It ramps up your aggression and gives you this false confidence, making you think you're a better driver than you are.
So you end up taking huge risks, all while your perception of what's really happening on the road is completely shot.
Ecstasy is basically a direct assault on your senses. I mean, can you imagine trying to drive while you're seeing things or your vision is blurry? The glare from headlights can become totally blinding, and then, after all that, a wave of exhaustion hits you, which is just as dangerous when you're trying to stay focused on the road. And then there's LSD. This isn't just about poor perception. We're talking about a total distortion of reality. On top of that, you can have increased aggression, and the effects can last for 10 or 12 hours. Getting behind the wheel in that state is, well, it's just not an option. Okay, I know that was a lot of pretty heavy stuff, but the point isn't to scare you, it's to make you smarter. So let's wrap this up by focusing on the simple things you can do to take back control and be the safest driver you can possibly be. Here it is, a super simple checklist. Just make this a habit before every single trip. Are you rested and alert? Is the car aired out to keep you awake? Is your route already plugged into the GPS? Is your phone put away where you can't even touch it? And the big one, are you 100% sober? It's just 5 quick steps that can protect you and everybody else on the road.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to this one idea. You can have the safest car in the world, packed with all the latest technology, but none of it means a thing if the person behind the wheel isn't up to the task. The most important safety feature isn't the airbags or the anti-lock brakes, it's you. So next time you grab your keys, just ask yourself, are you really ready for the road?